Finally managed to get us both in the same studio at the same time. So you've got myself, Trent, and also Asha here. Finally, we just thought we'd jump on and just do a bit of a 2025 year in review for Platinum Financial Planning. You know, some wins and some lessons that we've had throughout the year, and what we think 2026 is going to look like in our industry and for our business as well. So, welcome, Asha.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Yeah, nice to finally have you here. 2025. It's been a whole time really. I was thinking about it before we jumped on, and December in a couple of days, and the year seems to have flown by, but January seems so long ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of some key wins that you think we've had, the business for 2025?
Well, I think the move's been a big win for us. Obviously, that was a big transition for us, but also for all of you coming to a new location. And I think a lot of people probably didn't realise that we're in the previous business or buildings, I should say, for 5 years. So it just shows how quickly time is passing us by. So
yeah.
But yeah,
that was a big undertaking. Halfway through this year, when our lease expired, and we kind of knew that we weren't going to be staying there when it ended up just you and I in this 400 square foot odd office space. It was a little bit unmanageable and a little bit overcapitalized for what we need from an office space. So the move was massive. I think
it's an understatement.
I think I'm still recovering physically from that. But yeah, I think to sort of pack up 5 years in that place plus what we'd had from Wright Street to consolidate that was definitely big. And eventually we need to get back into the storage shed and clear all that out. That's just locked away and forgotten about at the moment. So I think for me a huge win this year has been the improvements that we've had in a tech space. Been quite a steep learning curve for me, predominantly being the one that sort of was charged with integrating it into the business. I always thought I was pretty technologically okay. Some of this stuff that was a big learning curve for me. It went right over my head. But to move from an office-based service system to being completely online now and things stored in the cloud, I know that's a bit of a buzzword, but was a huge thing to get my head around, and then obviously to be able to roll that out through the business, I think was huge. And then getting sprung with the fact that we had a couple of months to replace all of our office computers because they were coming to end of life from Microsoft support, and then seeing what we got now. I mean, it's the size of
like a lunchbox.
A lunchbox, yeah. So we've gone from these massive tower PCs to this little lunchbox on our desk now. It blows my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think integrating the digital signature offering through the NHS software that we put in has been a huge help. Time saving. We had to do a bit of an educational piece around how to use it from some clients that are a bit apprehensive about it, but I think once they see how easy it is and how quickly the turnaround time is for that signing of documents now, it's just been huge.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and the fact that we can track it as well, or if something goes astray, we can always resend it, and it's all in the one place. So yeah, that's made life a lot easier. And the fact that I think all the companies that we work with, they've all embraced digital technology and digital signatures. So it's kind of just the norm in our industry now. So I guess it's like everything, we've just had to move with the times and embrace it.
Yeah, and I think it has been good that, I think force is the wrong word, but you've almost, for want of a better word, been forced to sort of extend as a business, the tech offering and that, even down to the security around the two-factor authentication how we have to do things in the background now has been really locked down, I guess, in how we have to then access things, which can be a bit of a pain sometimes when you got to get a code and we might not be in the same place, and it comes through to me and I'm going to send it to you, and but it's definitely good that a lot of the companies are trending in that right direction, because I think obviously that's been a huge concern in the financial institution around the cybercrime and whatnot. But that's been fun. What other tech pieces have we done?
Well, most of you are used to me asking, are you okay if I record the meeting? So probably could have that on record now. But really appreciate everyone's openness to accept that. That's been really beneficial in the business, and we've been using that FileNote.ai for over a year now. So, and I've seen the advancements in that technology and how comprehensive everything is when that comes through after our meeting. So it makes our, I guess, time together a lot more beneficial, because I'm able to sort of focus on talking rather than scribbling and then trying to read my notes afterwards and having to type them up as well. So we're really appreciative of everyone taking that on board, and that's definitely been another element of the business that's made efficiencies for us as well.
And I think we've kind of almost been through that initial cycle of seeing everyone, and sort of now it's just almost an expectation, but there's that apprehensiveness is probably gone now as well. So I think that was probably just as much of a learning curve and getting used to it for you as it was for the clients, really, I think. So that's been big. But I think for us it's just been a lot of back of house stuff that we've sort of integrated that's been really good for us. Being a small business, and you're always trying to find efficiency pieces, and making sure that you're probably operating at a higher level than what we were this time last year. So I think it's just that year-on-year enhancement of the business and how we do things, and not being stuck with that's how we've always done it. There's probably a better way to do it. Anything else on the sort of tech piece that stood out for you? I
think with the technology side, I think at the end of the day, it's for your benefit as well. So the focus is, a lot of the companies are bringing a lot more digital enhancements in online, and as I said before, we're just really embracing it because it does help you at the end of the day. So we can do things a lot quicker than we could previously, because there's a lot more efficiencies in the back office side.
I think probably one of the other bits that I've worked on is bring the revamp of the website as well. So that's gone through a complete overhaul, and try to clean it up a bit and make it look a bit better, and just continually improve that. So www.platinumfinancialplanning.com.au, jump on, have a look. Markets. What a year.
It has been a year. So
there's so many buzzwords going around, I guess. Inflation, rate moves,
AI bubble,
Trump, everything. It's definitely been a very interesting year. The word chaotic came to mind, but it's probably not to that extent.
No.
But there's always been something happening. Definitely hasn't been a period of time where it's been quote unquote calm, which you're never really going to get in the market as a whole, I know, but a little bit of peace and quiet would probably be nice for a little while. So, I guess what have you sort of seen throughout the year that's stood out for you?
Well, I guess, April obviously was a bit of a a bit of a shock to the system when the word tariffs was a buzzword. That's another word we didn't say. So that had an impact on the markets, and I think we were very proactive with that, and so was our licensee like Matrix and Centrepoint in terms of getting some information out to everyone in relation to what was happening. And I guess with that, it sort of rose as quickly as it kind of dropped as well. So it was sort of a bit of a short-term bump in the road. But I guess we have obviously experienced in sort of the recent week and a bit or so a bit of a drop in the markets. But I have sort of noticed that it has started to come back a little bit. And I guess there was a lot of information out there in terms of reporting season in the US and obviously jobs results. And then even yesterday, obviously inflation information has come out in Australia too. So obviously there's the interest rate conversation there too. So I guess it comes back to what Trent was saying. There's always going to be something. But I mean, we spoke the other day. It's that conversation about time in the market, not timing the market. So there's going to be ebbs and flows. But with the investing that we sort of do for all of you, it's about quality investments, long-term investments, and not making any sort of knee-jerk reactions to what is happening. Obviously, we have a lot of support behind the scenes as well with our research teams and research houses, so we're constantly looking at what's happening. And
it is that human nature piece, I guess, around that emotional response to a market correction movement. The emotional response is typically going to come if we have a sharp decline. And there's going to be unfortunate situations or circumstances where we might invest at a particular point. We don't have a crystal ball. No. And then a week later, something happens, and we have a bit of a downward spike. But you're definitely correct in what you were saying around. We're not day traders. We're not going to sort of do that. We are definitely the long term view around quality holdings, and we're confident in what we the companies that we work with and the places that we choose to invest money. So it's balancing out the human aspect of it around the correlation to the market. So it's interesting. And I think we also have those safeguards in place, especially for our pension clients that are living on their portfolios as well and drawing a regular income. We always like to keep that bit of a cash buffer as well. So while we don't like negative returns, if, for instance, it does happen, we know that your pension payments are going to get paid regardless of what's happening in the market, and we'll let it do its thing. And then, you still have obviously that income available to keep funding your pension requirements. Our probably new news, I guess, that we've got around and value add, or an additional offering that now we have as part of Platinum Financial Planning, is that we've branched into the lending space, which is really exciting. Something we've been working on, in the background for probably half of this year, really, just to get it longer. To get it to a point where we can officially launch the fact that we are a lending provider or intermediary now, which is fantastic. We're able to review your home loans, mortgages, credit cards. We can set up new purchases around asset financing and personal financing as well, commercial. And we have brought on an associate by the name of Joel, who is a lending specialist, which is a huge asset to our business, and someone that has a wealth of knowledge and experience in that place, which is fantastic for us. Definitely. If you want to review, your current situation with your finances and your arrangements and interest rates and all that, then we are more than happy to have a look at that.
And I think that's also open. So maybe not you in particular, but if you know of anyone that does need to review their lending as well, I guess they don't have to be a client of ours to sort of come and see us and look at the lending side as well.
Yeah.
So
it's just that extra piece around, we want to be, that I hate the wording, but that one-stop, space for our clients to be able to have everything, just neatly sort of packaged up in Platinum, which is great. And, makes life a lot easier for the clients as well. I think just to have that one point of contact and whatnot, which is great. Really excited.
And we've got the visibility as well, so we can see the process of when you move through the stages with Joel as well. So it's good to have that visibility that we can be aware of where everything's at and have those conversations as well. So so even if you're not sort of due for a review or progress meeting with us, we do have information on our website, and you can actually just take 5 minutes to put your details into the lending solutions section on our website, and we can just pick up a chat from there, which makes the life a lot easier as well. That it's just kind of at your fingertips there that you can go on and start that process. And see if we can sort of get a better deal out there. So we can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're coming to nearly December, as per most other years and other places, we will be taking some time off through the Christmas and New Year period. I say off in quotation marks because we might just not be having appointments, but we definitely don't stop. But we'll be sending out some communication around our in-person office closures and our contact availability, which we're looking at closing
the
17th, lunchtime on the 17th of December, and reopening on the 6th of January. But we will send out some formal communication around that. But definitely after the year that we've kind of had, I'm looking forward to some downtime and just recharging those batteries over that period, which will be really nice. And when we come back, 2026, it'll take me half the year to remember to write 2026 and not 2025. But for you, Ash, what's your outlook for 26? What are you looking forward to, planning for?
I guess just catching up again with everyone. There's the few people that are transitioning into retirement and going through some significant changes. So I guess our focus is really just guiding you through your journey in the different life stages that you're going through. And as I said, I guess we're not sure obviously what 2026 has to offer yet, but we are here. We're an email or a phone call away if you need us. But as I said, we're all settled in our location now. So just hopefully the markets can play nice and
would be nice. I think it'll be a good year that I'm looking forward to, just getting a little bit of traction behind probably some things we've had sitting out there for a while that have been disrupted by things out of our control, and probably just getting a bit of a hopefully a calmer year for us from a business perspective, and just being able to really bed in some good further extension of some efficiency pieces, and we're bringing on a new back of house system, client management system in December, January, which is that another step up for us, I think, in the way that we can do things at a higher level, I think.
Communicate with you, and
another thing to learn.
Yes, exactly. Nothing ever. It's always change, just constant change. You've just got to keep
never a dull
with
moment in this industry and this business and whatnot. But anything else that you want to add there before we wrap this one up for 2025?
No, I just want to say thank you to everyone your support. And yeah, we do hope everyone has a safe and happy Christmas and New Year period. And yeah.
Probably one thing I do want to make a note of is, and I should have said this earlier, congratulations to you. You are finished your study now until they change the rules yet again.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a huge credit to you. And I think seeing, what you go through with getting that done, on top of everything else, is a huge credit. And well done.
I don't have my result yet, so we should be.
Yeah.
So,
but,
yes.
As I said, hopefully that stays that way
Yeah.
For a while now. And they
some
don't...
more letters behind my name.
Yeah,
and
you've pretty much covered off the alphabet now, I think. So
graduation next year. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a huge credit to you, and we're really proud of you. So well done.
And you having to deal with my
stress
levels and
yep. I'm
yes.
glad you're finished because I've had enough of it.
I'm glad that I'm finished too.
Yeah.
Until I said the next time, which we'll wait and see.
Yeah, hopefully that's a long way off, and that's someone else's problem then.
Yeah.
But no, huge well done to you.
Thank you.
From us here, thank you for your continued support through the last year, so 2025. It's our pleasure to be able to be in this position to play a small part in each of your lives, and being a trusted partner with each stage of life that our clients go through, and being able to sort of quell some fears and whatnot if you're moving sort of through to a retirement phase, or if you're undertaking a life change or a big purchase, or even we've got clients that we feel like we go on holidays with them a lot of the time as well. So
live vicariously.
We don't take our position for granted at any point through our journey with you. So yeah, we just from our side, from Platinum, from Asha and myself, a huge thank you to all of our clients. And if there's anyone out there that's listening to this as not a client, thank you for listening in, and we're always here to be able to help wherever we can. So that's 2025 done for us. The dad joke insert here. We'll see you next year. Thank you. Please reach out if there's anything that we can do. We will be forwarding through our office closure times. But yeah, thanks to everyone.
Thank you.